The summary of college football for week 2, especially for the SEC specifically, is most teams did mediocre and some teams just found ways to win. Barely. And there are a few upsets. We're going to highlight just a few for a quick recap. Mississippi State has not been looking the best so far, but yesterday against Arizona State, winning 24-20 against a number 12 ranked team. With 30 seconds left in the game, their quarterback Blake Shapen threw touchdown passes of 48 and 47 yards, and they were also trailing by 3 at that point. After throwing a 50-yard pass to the wide receiver Brennan Thompson, that secured their 24-20 win. The fans definitely had something to celebrate and stormed the field, took down the goalpost, and just went crazy in Starkville. Oklahoma defeated one of the nation's best defenses. Their quarterback, John Metier, sorry if I'm pronouncing his name wrong, threw for a total of 344 yards and 3 total touchdowns in his game. Ole Miss did get the win over Kentucky, but barely. There were 2 first-quarter interceptions. It was a little bit of a shaky start for the quarterback, but towards the second half, they started having a little bit more of a smoother play. There are a few other highly ranked opponents who struggled against the teams that they shouldn't have been struggling against, but they still put off a win, like LSU, Georgia, Texas A&M. Ended up picking it up a little bit later in the game. A win is a win, but it does raise some concerns for the higher ranked teams they're going to be playing against later in the season. But like I said, a win is a win because at least they're not in this position. USF football had a major upset against the University of Florida. They were already trailing Florida for the longest, but as the clock was ticking down, they went on and had a go-ahead field goal, ended up clinching that win 18-16 against the Gators. Just when everybody thought Florida was going to have a turnaround season this year, or at least I thought that. Texas did end up getting a win against San Jose State. A nice little bounce back against Ohio State last week. Arch Manning, you could tell, was still a little bit nervous, still had a few questionable plays. The team itself was collecting a lot of penalties throughout the game, but it ended up pulling off the win. After coming off a disappointing loss against Florida State last week, Alabama did bounce back against the ULM Warhawks, and the quarterback put up some pretty impressive stats, having the most consecutive completions to start a game in Alabama in football history. There were a lot of games going on yesterday. We can't get to all of them. Those are just the ones I wanted to highlight. But again, like I said, a lot of these, especially SEC teams, was mostly kind of struggling, but some just found ways to win. Definitely hoping for a turnaround for some of these teams for next week, going into week 3, because now the bigger matchups are going to be starting, and they need to be prepared for them.